Okay, first, following the Buddhist custom, we are going to take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, and then we are going to observe the 5 precepts. And those who are Buddhists and those who want to observe the 5 precepts, now say Namo Tassa 3 times and join us.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Saṅgham saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi saṅgham saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅgham saranam gacchāmi. Pānāti-pātā viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. Adinādāna viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. Kāmesu miccācārā viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. Musāvādā viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. Surāmeraya majjapamādāṭṭhāna viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi. Okay, so now we are going to do some chanting to make offerings to the Buddha. So this is the Vasana season, the rain season in the Buddhist monastic tradition. that the monks in the Theravada Buddhist tradition observe this rain retreat for 3 months. And so at our temple, all the resident monks have observed this rain retreat. And during this retreat, every Sunday, we have the Buddha Puja, offerings to the Buddha, and also the Dhamma Desana, the Dhamma talk. So for every Dhamma talk, we have some sponsors. So today we have two families, Asanka and Asanki. They are sponsoring today's meritorious deed to give the blessings to Chanara, who is celebrating her birthday. And so this is the birthday blessing puja and the Dhamma talk. And we would like to wish Chanara a happy birthday with all the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also we have the family, Sumitra Rachi, and they are sponsoring today's Aloka Puja, offerings the lights to the temple. And they are performing this Aloka Puja to celebrate their son's birthday, Hiru. And we also would like to wish him happy birthday with all the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem. So you have brought all these puja items, flowers, incense, candles, and beverages as a great offering to the Buddha. So now we are going to do or recite the gathas in Pali. And I don't know, I know that most of you don't have those chantings in Pali, but you can just remain in the present moment and feel the vibrations coming out from this recitation, the chanting, the collective chanting. And we are going to, these are the recitations, the contemplations on the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, the Sangha. And this is a meditation practice that we all do together. And again, we practice meditation to purify our mind and heart. Let's perform the Buddha Puja by reciting gathas together. And as we perform this Buddha Puja, we make a lot of merits. And may all these merits be of help to Chanara and Hiru for happiness and well-being and for a great life. And may all these merits be of help to all of you to experience happiness and well-being in every day of your life, having this noble intention, wholesome thought in our heart and mind. Now let us recite gathas together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo Vandani Chetiyam Sa Bhante Paniyam Pranamitam Anukampam Upadaya Patigam Hatum Satang samagama hata yavat nibbana phantiya sadhu sadhu sadhu. Okay, now I'm going to begin the talk, and again following the traditional Buddhist custom. First, I'm going to invite the celestial beings to this place to come and listen to these words of wisdom, and then I'm going to recite a segment of the Buddha's teachings in Pali, and after that I will be giving this talk based on that passage from the sutra. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gaccantu Devata Saddhammam Munirajasa Sunantu Saggamokkhadan Dhamma Sarana Kalo Ayam Bhadanta Dhamma Sarana Kalo Ayam Bhadanta Dhamma Sarana Kalo Ayam Bhadanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Panchimani bhikkhave indrani katamani pancha Saddhindriyam viriyandriyam satindriyam samadhindriyam panyindriyam imanikha bhikkhave panchindriyani Ime sakham bhikkhave panchanam indriyanam bhavitatta bahule katatta bhikkhu asavanam khaya anasavam ceto vimuttim panya vimuttim ditteva dhamme sayam abhinya sachikatva upasampajja viharati. Dear friends in Dhamma, so today I was given a topic for this Buddhist talk. The sponsors of today's Dhammadesana wanted me to talk about the 4 stages of enlightenment. And I think this is of much interest to all of you. And also I'm very positive you came today to understand what these 4 stages of enlightenment are. And how do you achieve such a state? And how do you experience these stages of enlightenment? Now, one thing that we all have to understand, the goal of Buddha's teachings, or the goal of Dhamma, the goal of Buddhism, is to realize Nibbana. In Sanskrit we call Nirvana. Now, what is this Nibbana? What is this goal? Nibbana simply means the liberation, the freedom from the suffering. Now, the suffering is the dukkha is the problem. And that is not just my problem or your problem, but that is the universal problem. Now, what is this universal problem? There is suffering. There is pain. I think nobody would deny this. Right? It doesn't really matter wherever we live, what do we do, or what kind of lifestyle we have in the society. And I think despite the nationality, race, culture, society, people of all walks of life experience this problem. And everybody experience their own form of suffering. Buddha knew this long time ago, 2,600 years ago. And in fact, the Buddha renounced his privileged life to discover the path to liberation, the freedom from this universal problem. And then, when we look into the teachings of the Buddha, it becomes very clear everything has a root cause. I said this is what Buddha discovered from his deep meditation. And this principle the Buddha discovered is called the Hetu Phala, cause and effect. behind everything, whatever is happening in our life, there is a root cause. May not be one or single cause, there could be multiple causes and conditions. So now, when you look into your life, you really understand that it is not just one particular thing that's contributing towards my own suffering. Then you realize there are multiple causes and conditions. And we are touring in this cycle of life. There is a Pali word for this. It's called the samsara. We call sangsarati, to tour, to journey, to travel. We are touring and journeying in this cycle of life, experiencing this problem, the problem of suffering. Now, this is because we are blinded by the avidya, ignorance, and also by this tanha, the craving and desire. Because of the ignorance, avidya, and the craving or tanha, we are touring in this cycle of life incessantly, non-stop. So, when we look into the teachings of the Buddha, we realize that there are multiple causes or conditions behind this. So, and the entire Buddhist practice is based on this letting go. We are practicing Dhamma for what purpose? The purpose of letting go. Now, what do you let go? Now, there is a saying in Zen Buddhist tradition, either let go or be dragged. So we are being dragged in this cycle of life. Why? Because we have failed to let go. Then if you want to gain freedom, then you have to train and discipline your mind to let go. Now, what do you let go here? So, in the journey to Nibbana, of course, Buddha pointed out that there are 4 stages. We call Sotapanna or Sotapatti, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arhat or Arhat. Now, Sotapatti or Sotapanna is the stream entering. That's the name of this first stage. And the Sakadagami has been translated into English as once returner. Anagami has been translated into English as non-returner. And the Arhat is the liberated one, the enlightened one. So these are the 4 stages of enlightenment. Now, how do you experience the first or second or third or the 4th stage of enlightenment? Now, when we read some discourses of the Buddha, at the end of each discourse, we see there's a passage, like how after listening to the words of the Buddha, words of wisdom of the Buddha, how people become enlightened. Some become enlightened, some become anagamis, non-returners, some become sakadagamis, once returners, and some become sotapannas, stream enterers, and some are very happy, and some are very pleased with the words of wisdom of the Buddha. So there are that kind of things. Now let's see, end of this discourse, who is going to become what? Stage of enlightenment. So this is a challenge for you, right? Again, to get there, I think you need to pay your attention. You need to pay attention. So now, one thing that you have to understand, if you are interested in becoming the stream enterer, the Sotapatti or Sotapanna, and of course Sotapanna person never falls into the state of hell. They never, after death, they never go to hell. That's very promising, right? So everybody is afraid of hell, and everybody wants to go to heaven, or everybody wants to realize the eternal freedom from suffering. So now, if you want to get there, the first thing that you have to do is to refrain from doing 10 unwholesome actions, 10 unwholesome deeds. 3 are physical, 4 are verbal, and 3 are mental. Now, what are the 3 physical misconduct, misbehavior? Taking life of living being, taking what is not given, and then the misuse of the senses regarding the sense pleasures. In other words, not engaging in sexual misconduct. So engaging in sexual misconduct is considered one of the 3 physical misbehaviors. And the 4 verbal misconducts are false speech, lying, or speaking harsh words, or using the abusive words, and then engaging in gossip, idle chatter. So these are 4 verbal misbehaviors. And then the 3 mental misbehaviors are covetousness. It's a strong greed, you're craving, covetousness, you're greedy for others' things, others' possessions. Then the ill will and the wrong will. These are 3 mental misbehaviors: covetousness, ill will or anger, and wrong will. Now, what is this wrong will that, I think I need to give another talk based on this Miccha Ditti, the wrong view. So you can understand wrong view as people have this kind of view. There's no point of doing this kind of thing. There's no point of giving. There's no point of observing the precepts. There's no point of following the good path. Although you go around the world killing all sentient beings, it won't produce any negative karma, bad karma. So who knows whether there will be a good rebirth after death, So those kind of views. And so this is a mental thing. So then, if you are very interested in becoming or realizing the stages of enlightenment, these are the 10 unwholesome actions that you have to refrain from. You have to avoid all these 10 unwholesome deeds. And then, as you refrain from these 10 unwholesome actions, it creates the foundation. This is the part of the sila, the morality, the sila practice. And then you make an effort to cultivate the 5 strengths, 5 abilities. These are called indriya. And this is what I recited called panchindriyani. Panchindriya, 5 faculties, 5 abilities. These are saddha, virya, sati, samadhi, and panya. Saddha is the devotion. It is the rational faith. Now, traditionally, the saddha has been described as having devotion, showing devotion towards the Buddha, Dhamma, his teachings, and the Sangha, his holy community. Now, what is this devotion to Buddha? Now, the Buddha is a fully enlightened being. You acknowledge the fact that the Buddha is the fully enlightened being, self-awakened one. Now you have belief in this experience, this attainment, and then you devote your life, your practice to such a lofty experience, the ideal, what we call the Buddhahood, enlightenment or awakening. And then you devote your time and energy to the practice of Dharma, the way, the guidelines. Now, what are the guidelines? Let's say you refrain from those 10 unwholesome deeds. Or you follow the Noble Eightfold Path. You practice the 8 factors. Arya Attangika Magga, Noble Eightfold Path. So this is the way, this is the Dhamma. And then you have this devotion towards the Sangha. The Sangha is the monastic community who have devoted their life to the practice of Dhamma and their time and energy. So who are inspired to become enlightened. And this is the true devotion. So now, when you, with this understanding, rational understanding, rationalism and reasoning, when you have this saddha, when you develop the saddha, the psychological effect is that you become what you think, what you devote to, what you see, what you practice. So the saddha is the foundation here. And then, as you develop this saddha, the virya, you have to make an effort to refrain from all the unwholesome thoughts, and you have to make an effort to cultivate the wholesome thoughts, right? Wholesome thoughts. In other words, you make an effort to eradicate all the unwholesome emotions, then you make an effort to cultivate the positive emotions. So this is the virya, energy. And then sati. You need to practice, cultivate sati. Sati is a mindfulness. You have to apply mindfulness into day-to-day life, whatever you're doing. The whole purpose of sati is to protect you. To protect you from falling into misdeeds, misbehaviors. Sati is a form of defensive mechanism, like that defends you, protects you. Like, if you're mindful of the unwholesome thoughts, and then you become aware. This particular unwholesome thought, unwholesome emotion is present. If I let it let in, it's going to grow, and it's going to disturb me. It's going to destroy my peace of mind. So immediately you remove it. Right? It's very important to be mindful, to remain mindful. And also, in a house, sometimes we experience suffering due to our dwelling in the past and the future. So the mindfulness practice is about being in the present moment, to be aware of whatever is happening in the moment. So that protects you. So if a kilesa, if a defilement or mental corruption or taint or negative thought or negative emotion is present, you become fully aware, and using this awareness, you can remove all the unwholesome thoughts from your mind. So sati plays another important role in our life. And once you continue cultivating mindfulness, the mindfulness practice helps your mind to go into a state of relaxation, the samadhi, the state of calm, to understand the things as they really are. It is very important that we make our mind stable and calm. With the stability and the clarity of the mind, we can see, we can experience the jhana at least. It's a blissful state. It's a happiness, it's joy, it's bliss. So the Buddha always encouraged the monks not to be afraid of jhana experience, the bliss and happiness. And then panya. Panya is wisdom. So once you have the stability and clarity of the mind, then you can see the things as they really are. You can discern the true nature of life. First thing that you understand is that there is no permanent thing in this world. Everything is based on the painful experiences. So if things are impermanent, are changing, if impermanent things are leading to unsatisfactoriness, pains, and sufferings in life, then those things cannot be me, I, myself. So those are not mine. So what is not myself? You just let it go. So letting go comes from this wisdom, by understanding the true nature of existence. So when you cultivate these five abilities, the strengths, the faculties, saddha, virya, sati, samadhi, panya. Okay, saddha is a conviction, the devotion based on reasoning and rationalism. Virya is the energy, you make an effort. So sati is a mindfulness. Saddha, virya, sati is a mindfulness awareness. Samadhi is a concentration, the deep state of the mind, calm state of the mind, free from the hindrances, obstacles, and then the panya, the wisdom. So as you refrain from those unwholesome 10 unwholesome actions, then you have to cultivate these five faculties, five abilities. This is the one set of the practice. The another set of practice towards the realization of Nibbana, or at least the first stage of enlightenment, Sotapati, is again 5 qualities. This is also based on some qualities of the first set of teaching that I described. Again, is the saddha. Saddha is the key. Without saddha, you cannot develop a wholesome life. You need to believe the fact that this is good. This path is good. Whatever I am practicing, this makes sense. And it's good for me, good for others, good for everybody. It's beneficial for me, beneficial to others, beneficial to everyone. So whatever is good, you have faith in good. Right? So then you cultivate saddha. In addition to saddha, then Buddha says that hiri. Hiri is a Pali word. We can translate that as the shame. Now what is this shame? Ashamed of doing bad things, evil deeds. And then the next one is ottappa. Ottappa again is a concern and fear. This is, of course, in psychology, fear has a negative connotation, but this is the positive fear. You fear the consequences. You are afraid of the consequences of misdeeds, the evil deeds that you are doing. So these two words, hiri, ottappa, go together, hand by hand, side by side, all the time. So hiri, ottappa. The hiri is the ashamed of doing bad things, and the ottappa is the fear, positive fear of negative consequences, the painful consequences of misdeeds, evil deeds. And then, as you cultivate saddha, shame and fear, and then again virya, persistence, energy. You need to make an effort to cultivate a good life, shunning all the bad deeds and cultivating the good thoughts. And then the panya, the wisdom, the discernment. So now, as you practice these two sets of practices, now what is going to happen? The Buddha is saying that as you continue cultivating ime sanko bhikkhave panchanang indriyan bhavitatta bahuli katatta. Bhavitatta is a cultivate, right? Bhavita, cultivate them. These 5 qualities. Or the first set, saddha, the devotion, national devotion, saddha. Virya is the energy, sati, mindfulness, samadhi, concentration, and wisdom, the panya, wisdom. Cultivate them every day. And then other side, again, saddha, devotion, hiri, the shame, ottappa is the fear, virya, persistence, and panya, wisdom. Cultivate them. Bhavita. Cultivate them every day. Bahuli katatta. Let them grow. Cultivate them more. This is, we have another word in Pali, we call punappunan. 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 Over and over again. Cultivate these qualities over and over again. Never be afraid of cultivating these qualities. These are the positive qualities. These are the positive, the good faculties to cultivate. You see, the enlightenment is the result of cultivation of these qualities. So as you continue doing this, then there are 2 things. Sila Visuddhi and Chitta Visuddhi. Sila Visuddhi is a moral purity. Now, morally, you're a good human being. Right? You're a wonderful, great person. Nothing is going wrong in your life. Morally, you're excellent. Right? Nobody can blame you. Nobody can do any harm to you. And also, since you have refrained from doing those 10 unwholesome actions, since you're cultivating these 2 sets of practices, now the door to hell is closed for you. It's closed, right? That's really promising, eh? Right? Now the door to heaven is open, and the door to Nibbana, the enlightenment, has opened for you. Right? This is very important to understand. So the Sila Visuddhi, moral purity is. And then Chitta Visuddhi, now morally you are fine, you feel so relieved, there are no guilts. You know how people suffer from a lot of guilt because of doing the negative things, the evil deeds. But now you are free. As you're free, and then mind has the capacity to go into the state of calm, relaxation. Right? So then, as you continue experiencing this calm state of the mind, is through the practice of meditation. The mental purity comes from the meditation. You need to practice meditation. Again, cultivation of these 5 faculties, 5 qualities, is also a meditation practice for us. In fact, whatever is bothering us, all these are because of our physical, verbal misbehaviors, mental misbehaviors. Right? So we practice meditation to purify our mind. So in order to cleanse and purify the mind, then you need to continue to practice meditation over and over again. Bhavita, bahulikata. Bhavita, cultivation, cultivate them. Bahulikata, let them grow. Over and over again, do them. Never ever be afraid of giving or practicing sila, the morality. Never ever be afraid of coming to meditation classes and doing the meditation practices, Do them every day. It should be everyday practice. And then, as you continue with this practice, then there comes, what we call the Ditthi Visuddhi. Ditthi Visuddhi is it's a purification of views. Now, how do you get this purification from views? Now, in the meditation practice, there are 3 things that you understand. Okay? 3 things that you understand. No, what is this understanding? What is this wisdom? Through the constant practice of meditation, living in the present moment, whatever you are experiencing, it could be a sensation, it could be a thought, it could be an image, it could be a visualization, whatever it is, you realize that all these are happening based on some conditions. When conditions are right, let's say when negative conditions are right, negative things happen. When the positive conditions are right, positive things happen in our life. So then, everything is based on this hetu, these conditions. So then you realize that things are happening based on conditions. Whatever is happening based on conditions, those have the nature of changing, impermanent. They are constantly changing. But we have this struggle to make our experiences permanent. Right? That's the struggle, the biggest problem that human beings have. But when things change, it leads to unsatisfactoriness, pain, suffering. So you experience suffering, pain, unsatisfactoriness because things are changing. And this is happening, you're suffering, or this unsatisfactoriness is coming into being because of this notion, me, I, myself. Because we personalize everything is part of me, I, myself. So in meditation we realize that although I think this is me, this is I, this is mine, but things are not mine. Things are not me. Things are not I. Although I consider this, these are whatever we call myself, the self, the I, me, mine. These are the combination of those transient things, the various things. With the conditions, things come into being. With the conditions, things disappear, vanish. So you realize selflessness. Then you realize that there's no self in these experiences. Things are just arising and passing over, that's all. Right? And so now you view. Now you have this purity of the view. And then purification or overcoming the doubt. We go kanka vitarana visuddhi. Then you don't have doubt. Why? Because you see the things as they really are. Things are impermanent, things are unsatisfactory, and things are not myself. Things are just happening and going, coming and going, arising and passing away, based on the conditions. And you gain this deep wisdom. See, the wisdom, the panya, liberates you. With this, then the first person, the stage of enlightenment, we call Sotapanna. Now this person is ready. Now he sees the things as they really are. Sotapanna sees things as they really are. Right? Discerns everything. He or she knows the things as they really are. And realizes there's no self in these experiences. That's called Sakkaya Ditthi. The Sotapanna person removes the self, the view of the self. And not only that, Vicikiccha, the Sotapanna person removes all the doubts. Now this Sotapanna person, the stream enterer, doesn't have any doubt about the Buddha, the Dharma, the path, the guidelines, the Sangha, the community, the practice of morality. This stream enterer has no doubt. Now free from this doubt, the Vicikiccha. And Sila Buddha Paramasa, that's the attachment to rites and rituals. It is like in how people keep praying, doing ritual, perform the rituals and other things, rites and rituals, for the sake of liberation. Right? But this person removes the attachment for such rites and rituals. Those days, people believe, people had some sort of rites and ritual practices, like they would behave like a dog, or do everything like a dog, or behave and do things everything like a cow. Those are called vratas. Even today you can see those people in India and also maybe in other continents. Again, they are doing these rituals for the sake of the vimutti, liberation, the freedom. But this person is free from such rites and rituals, no more attachment to such things. So the Sotapanna, that's the first stage of enlightenment. And then, these are called actually, there are 10 fetters. Dasa Sanyojana Dhammas. Sanyojana, these are the Sanyojana Dhammas that keep you attached, or blinded, or bonded in this cycle of life. Right? So the view of notion of self, Sakkaya keeps you in this cycle of life. Doubt keeps you in this cycle of life. Attachment to rites and rituals keep you in this cycle of life. Right? And then Kamaraga, the fourth Sanyojana Dhamma, fourth fetter. Kamaraga is a sensual desire. Right? Sensual desire. And the patiga or vyapada, that is the ill will or anger or aversion. Now, the second stage of enlightenment is called once return. Once return, Sakadagami. Right? Sakadagami, once return. So now, this person becomes once returner, and of course, Sakadagami person has removed the first three fetters: the notion of self, doubt, and attachment to rites and rituals. In addition to this person has reduced the power of sensual desire and the ill will, anger. Right? And because of that, this person is called that's the second stage of enlightenment. But the first person, the extreme enterer, has 7 lifetimes. Within 7 lifetimes, he's going to realize Nibbana, going to become fully enlightened person, being. Now we call enterer because now he has entered to the path. This person is, the Sotapanna person is not going to derail from the path, heading towards the full liberation within 7 lifetimes. But the second stage of enlightenment, Sakadagami, this person will come back to this one more time. Right? One more time. That's why we call Sakadagami, once return. And the third stage of enlightenment, Anagami, non-returner. Now the Anagami person has completely removed the first 5 fetters. The self-identity, right? Sakkaya, the view on self, doubt, attachment to rites and rituals, sensual desire, and the anger. Right? So, this person is called Anagami, non-returner. Now, he's not going to come back to this life. There is a form of life, the dimension called the Brahma. The world of Brahmas is another dimension. It's called, one stage is called, Brahma world is called the Suddhavasa. It's a pure living, pure abiding world. From there, this person will become enlightened and attain Nibbana. And the fourth stage of enlightenment is called Arhat. Now the Arhat a person becomes completely liberated by eradicating, removing all the 10 fetters. Now we talked about the first 5. And the last 5 is called Rupa Raga, the attachment to the world of form. Arupa Raga, attachment to the world of no form. And the next one, Mana, is a conceit. Conceit, I am better than this person, that person, like how you measure yourself with other things and with others. And the next fetter is Uddhacha, restlessness, agitation. And then the last one is called the Avijja, ignorance. This is not the ignorance in novel that people talk about. This is the ignorance about not knowing as Buddha described, the 4 noble truths. Like the dukkha, not understanding the dukkha as dukkha, suffering as suffering. Not understanding, not seeing the cause of suffering. And not understanding the cessation of suffering. Not understanding, seeing the path that leads to the cessation of suffering. But this person now has dispelled, removed the ignorance. So when a person removes the 10 fetters completely, what are these 10 fetters again? For the positive reinforcement. The first one, Sakkaya Ditthi. Sakkaya Ditthi is a view of self, right? Identity, personality view. Vicikiccha is a doubt. Vicikiccha. Silabbata Paramasa is the attachment to rites and rituals. Kamaraga, sensual desire. Patiga or Vyapada, anger. Ruparaga, attachment to the world of form. Aruparaga, attachment to the world of no form. These are like the world of form, the world of no form. Like there are some meditation practices that you can do if you're thinking of being reborn into these worlds. Again, these are part of the cycle of life. How sometimes people get attached to such experiences. So then mana is a conceit, right? You have removed the notion of I, me, myself, right? Mana. Now you have to stop measuring. You're free. Uddhacha, restlessness, agitation. Your mind is so relaxed now. And the avijja, ignorance. So these are the 10 fetters. So when a person removes all these 10 fetters, this person is called the arhat, the final stage of enlightenment. So now when you look at each fetter, the sanyojana, each fetter, that's why Buddha said, we are blinded by ignorance and fettered by the craving, desire. This is how the people are wandering, traveling in this cycle of life. Being blinded by ignorance, being fettered by the craving, desire. So each fetter, each sanyojana dhamma is one thing that keeps you in the cycle of life. So now these are the fetters that you have to let go. you let go. Now, when you look into your life, generally analyzing and examining your life, you see that there is something really disturbing you. Something is really bothering you. Sometimes you complain. All these are happening due to all these 10 factors. If you complain, like if you say something is really disturbing me, just try to understand, out of 10 factors, which factor is causing this problem. Then you realize either 1 or 2 or 3 factors are causing, maybe all 10 together, they are causing the problem in life. So in order to become or experience first stage of enlightenment, or the second stage of enlightenment, third stage of enlightenment, or fourth stage of enlightenment, what do we have to do? We have to practice the Noble Eightfold Path, Arya Attangika Magga. Although there are 8 factors, basically 3 practices. Sila, the practice of morality. Samadhi, meditation. Panya, wisdom. We need to cultivate wisdom. We need to cultivate wisdom. So this practice, like those 5 abilities, Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. And then next one, set of practice, Saddha, Hiri, Ottappa, Virya, Panya. When we cultivate these qualities, and when we let them grow, then you gain this deep wisdom. You realize it sparks something in your life. Now in another discourse of the Buddha, he gives a simile. The Sotapatti person, the first the stream enterer, this is the person, like, okay, I need to give the 7 similes here. There is a person who is sinking and staying sunk. There is a person who has sunk and now coming onto the surface, but sinking again. There is this third person coming onto the surface, now just staying on the surface of the water. Then there is the person, the fourth person, staying on the surface of the water. Now he opens the eyes and looks around. And there is another person, the fifth person. As he opens the eyes and looks around, now he sees something out there. Now he knows that water is so dangerous. Now he begins to swim towards the shore, towards the ground. And the sixth person now keeps swimming, now getting closer to the shore, now stands on his feet, is still in the water. And the seventh person, now he is very sure, he's very positive, now he doesn't have to swim anymore, and he's just walking onto the high ground. And now he's safe. So, here Buddha is saying that when a person does unwholesome actions, those unwholesome actions make the person sink. And as he keeps doing these unwholesome actions, and then he has no way to come out, he stays sunk. But then the second person stops doing the 10 unwholesome actions. Now he is trying to cultivate those 5 qualities: the devotion, the saddha, hiri, shame, ottappa, fear, virya, there's a persistence, energy, and the panya, wisdom. In this person, these 5 qualities are good, so he is coming out. But they are not growing, right? They are not growing. But no, they fail to cultivate them, grow them, and they start doing the unwholesome actions again, so they sink back. And the third person, he has stopped doing the unwholesome actions, now cultivating the 5 qualities, and those are neither growing nor waning, so he is just staying in the surface of the water. But the fourth person, he has stopped doing the 10 unwholesome actions, now cultivates the 5 qualities. Now he has opened his eyes. Now this is the person called the extreme enterer, Sotapanna person. Now when you open your eyes, when you look around, then you see, my goodness, this is the ocean. The water is too dangerous. I might sink again. So, and I might get attacked by other species in the water. This is not safe. Now he sees something there, right? Now he starts swimming towards the shore. This person is called the Sotapatti person. And then the Sakadagami person, the once returner, now he has cultivated those 5 qualities, and then he has removed those 3 fetters and reduced the 4th and 5th one. Now this person is the person who is swimming, keeps swimming, right? Keeps swimming towards the shore. Now the Anagami person has completely removed the first 10 fetters, and at the same time those 5 qualities are good. They are growing, right? And as he removed the first 5 fetters, this person is called the Anagami. This is the person who has come closer to the shore, now just standing on his feet in the water. And the Arhat person has removed all the 10 fetters because he has cultivated those 5 qualities, now removed the 10 fetters, now he is free. This is a person simply goes on to the highland, now he is safe. He is free. This is called the Arhat. Now, an Arhat person is completely free from all sufferings and pains. That's the liberation. That is Nibbana. That is Nibbana. So the Sotapatti person, once you become Sotapanna, the extreme enterer, it guarantees that within 7 lifetimes, you're going to be completely liberated. during that period of time, you will never go back to hell. Good life is guaranteed. You will follow the path to Nibbana. You will have the faith, the saddha in the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Right? And you will not follow any other path, wrong path. You always follow the right path. So this is the guarantee the Buddha gave in discourses, in some discourses. So these are the 4 stages of enlightenment. As you can see, every step is a letting go. You let go this, then you get this. You let go this, you gain that. You let go that, you gain the complete liberation. So this is in line with the Zen saying,